Picture this. Rome at sunset, bathed in that warm golden light that makes everything look like a postcard. The air is buzzing with the sounds of vespas and lively chatter. You're at a charming trattoria, tucked away on a cobblestone street. It's the kind of place where the aroma of garlic and tomatoes hangs heavy in the air, promising a truly authentic Italian experience. Red checkered tablecloth, a classic symbol of Italian comfort and hospitality, adorns your table. The setting is simple, unpretentious, yet inviting. And before you, a steaming plate of spaghetti carbonara arrives, a masterpiece of simplicity and flavor. The creamy sauce glistens, promising a rich and satisfying bite. The aroma of pecorino and guanciale fills the air, that salty, savory combination that defines true carbonara, pure magic. A culinary symphony composed of just a few perfect ingredients. You grab your fork, eager to dive into this Roman delicacy, and instinctively your knife. Wait, a knife? Hovering menacingly over that perfect plate of pasta? That's a culinary crime in Italy, a transgression of the highest order. The whole restaurant freezes. Every conversation stops. All eyes are on you. Nonna glares, her eyes conveying centuries of culinary tradition and disapproval. The waiter looks horrified, as if you've just insulted his entire family. You're about to chop that pasta like it's a steak, reducing it to a pile of sad, broken strands. But in Italy, tradition rules. It's the invisible hand guiding every aspect of life, especially when it comes to food. Knives are for bread or meat, for carving and slicing, never pasta. Pasta deserves a more delicate approach. Using a knife on pasta, well, is like using a sledgehammer to hang a picture. It's overkill, unnecessary, and frankly a bit barbaric. It screams, "I don't get it." It broadcasts a lack of understanding and appreciation for the nuances of Italian culture. Before you get exiled, banished from the land of perfectly cooked pasta, from every kitchen south of the Alps, where generations of chefs have perfected the art of pasta making, let's rethink this. Let's pause and consider the cultural implications of your actions. This isn't just about manners. It's not simply a matter of etiquette. It's about respect for history, for the traditions passed down through generations, and the soul of Italian cooking. It's about honoring the passion and dedication that goes into every dish. That plate of pasta is a story, a narrative woven with flavors and techniques, a work of art, a culinary creation meant to be appreciated in its entirety. Would you take scissors to the Mona Lisa? Would you deface a masterpiece? So put the knife down. Gently, respectfully, put it down. Let's learn how to do this right. Let's embrace the Italian way. In Italy, food is more than fuel. It's not just about sustenance, it's culture. It's a celebration of family, tradition, and the simple pleasures of life. Every bite is a connection to tradition, to the generations who came before and perfected these recipes. The long strands are meant to be savored, twirled around your fork with care, not butchered, not hacked to pieces with a knife. Cutting them is missing the point entirely. It's a culinary faux pas of epic proportions. So let's rewind. Let's undo this culinary crime before it's too late. Fork only. That's the key. Ready to board the flavor train the right way? Ready to experience pasta as the Italians intended? Let's go. Let the twirling begin. Where did the no-knife rule come from? It's ancient tradition, not law. Pasta was made long for a reason to carry sauce to be savored. Early pasta makers crafted each strand with care. Cutting it disrespects their art. The length is part of its DNA. In Old Italy, twirling pasta with a fork was a sign of sophistication. Using a knife? That was for children or peasants. Cutting pasta says you haven't mastered the art. Italians are fiercely proud of their pasta. The no-cutting rule preserves the integrity of their most famous creation. It's not a suggestion, it's a kitchen law. Respect the noodle, respect the culture. The long strand is a symbol of pride and tradition. Break it, and you break the story. That's the law of the noodle. To Italians, pasta is life, family, comfort, celebration. It's the first food a child learns, the centerpiece of Sunday lunch. Every strand is made with love, history, and skill. Cutting it is like breaking a handmade gift. Pasta connects Italians to their past, their region, their ancestors. Each shape and sauce tells a story. Pride runs deep, they believe they do it best. So when you cut your pasta, it's not just a faux pas, it's a misunderstanding of everything they cherish. The long strand is abundance meant to be savored. It's not just food, it's a full-contact flavor sport. Twirl, don't chop, respect the ritual. That's the Italian way. I've seen it. Tourists in Italy faced with a plate of perfectly cooked spaghetti doing the unthinkable. They reach for a knife. Florence, Naples, Rome, across this beautiful country, the scene repeats itself. It's a culinary crime, a faux pas of epic proportions, knife in hand, ready to chop. The spaghetti, that glorious strand of culinary perfection, is about to meet its untimely demise. The waiter's smile fades, replaced by a look of utter disbelief. He's seen it all before, but it never gets easier. The chef shakes his head, a silent lament for the disrespect shown to his craft. Hours of dedication, reduced to a few clumsy chops. The vibe shifts. The air thickens with unspoken disapproval. The joyous atmosphere of an Italian restaurant suddenly becomes tense. One time, a dad chopped his spaghetti for his kid, a seemingly innocent act. Okay, maybe a pass. We can forgive a parent trying to help their child navigate the slippery world of spaghetti. But then, he chopped his own. That's where the line was crossed. The owner just stared, devastated. It was as if a piece of his soul had been chipped away with each slice. Another story. A cautionary tale of dating and dining. A friend on a date with an Italian woman, hoping to impress her with his sophisticated palate. He panicked, grabbed his knife, a desperate attempt to appear in control of the unruly pasta. And she walked out. The ultimate rejection, served cold. Date over. A single, misguided chop, and romance was off the menu. These aren't just funny stories, they're cultural lessons disguised as dining disasters. They show how deep this rule runs, woven into the very fabric of Italian culinary tradition. It's not a joke, it's a matter of respect, a testament to the artistry of pasta making. It's serious etiquette, a code of conduct passed down through generations. Reactions range from subtle cues to overt displays of disapproval, cold stares that could freeze the Mediterranean, to gentle corrections, a whispered suggestion to try the fork-twirling method. Sometimes a passionate lecture, a fiery defense of Italian culinary heritage. Italians aren't being mean, they're not trying to shame you. They're protecting their culture, safeguarding a tradition that's been perfected over centuries. They want you to appreciate their gift to the world, to savor the experience as it was intended. So, in Italy, leave the knife aside. Embrace the fork. Your taste buds and your date will thank you. Trust me, it's worth it. Learn the right way, master the art of the twirl, and you'll be welcomed at the table, embraced as a fellow lover of all things pasta. Twirl with pride, not shame. Show the world you know how it's done. Don't be the tourist everyone remembers for the wrong reason. Be the one who understood, who respected the tradition. Respect the pasta. Treat it with the reverence it deserves. Respect the people, honor their traditions, and embrace their passion for food. That's how you win hearts in Italy, one perfectly twirled bite at a time. The knife stays on the sidelines, a silent observer of the culinary dance. The fork is your ticket, your passport to a world of flavor and tradition. Enjoy the ride and buon appetito. So, how do you eat long pasta? It's a question that has puzzled many, but the answer, my friends, lies in the twirl. It's not just a technique, it's an art form, a dance between the fork, the pasta, and the plate. Mastering this skill unlocks a whole new level of pasta enjoyment. Forget the knife, forget the spoon, they're mere distractions. This is a solo act, just you and your trusty fork, ready to take on a mountain of delicious spaghetti. Embrace the simplicity, the directness, the pure, unadulterated joy of the twirl. Here's how. The secret to unlocking pasta perfection. First, isolate a few strands. Don't be greedy. A manageable portion is key. Think quality over quantity. Next, press your fork against the plate's edge. This is your anchor, your point of leverage. Feel the resistance, embrace the friction, and twirl. Let the magic happen. The plate gives you the friction you need. It's the unsung hero of this culinary ballet. Without it, you're just flailing in the wind. Whatever you do, don't twirl in midair. That's amateur hour. Rotate your wrist smoothly and deliberately. It's all in the wrist action. Wrap the pasta into a neat little nest. A perfect edible package. Not too big, not too small, just right. The Goldilocks of pasta portions. Lift, bite, enjoy, savor the moment. No mess, no dangling strands, a testament to your superior twirling skills. Just pure pasta perfection. A symphony of flavors and textures, all orchestrated by you. It might take practice, but don't be discouraged. Every master was once a beginner. Soon you'll get nods of approval from Italians, the ultimate stamp of pasta eating legitimacy. When you master it, you'll feel like a true pasta artist. The twirl is your golden ticket to the big leagues. It's your passport to pasta paradise. It's the only Nonna-approved way. Trust us, Nonna knows best. Once you nail it, you're eating like a local. You'll blend right in, a true pasta aficionado. You've earned your spot at the table. Welcome to the family. The fork is your magic wand. Wield it wisely. The twirl is your move. Own it. Practice makes perfect. Keep twirling, keep learning, keep eating. Soon you'll be a pasta pro. A master of the twirl, a legend in your own lunchtime. Welcome to Flavortown. Population, you. Enjoy the ride. It's a delicious one. Why is cutting pasta such a crime? It ruins the sauce-to-pasta harmony. Italian chefs design long pasta to pick up the perfect amount of sauce with every twirl. Chop it up, and you get uneven bites, too much sauce, too little pasta, or vice versa. The chef's masterpiece falls apart. Texture matters too. Long strands give you that satisfying bite. Cut pasta turns to mush like blending a steak. You lose the joy of the slurp, but don't actually slurp. Cutting is messy, sauce splatters, noodles fly. Twirling keeps everything contained and delicious. It's a superior technique, not just a rule. The long strand is engineered for flavor. Cutting destroys the experience. Respect the chef's vision. Twirl for maximum taste. That's how you honor the dish. Don't derail the ride. Cutting pasta is the top foul, but there are other rookie mistakes. Using a spoon to twirl, that's for kids. Italians use the plate, not a spoon. Drowning pasta in cheese, a sprinkle is perfect. A mountain is overkill. Never ask for cheese on seafood pasta. It's a flavor clash. Breaking spaghetti before cooking? Don't do it. Get a bigger pot. The long strand is essential for the twirl. Don't sabotage your meal before it starts. And sauce, don't just plop it on top. Finish pasta in the pan with the sauce, so every strand is coated. These details separate amateurs from pros. Respect the process. Master the basics. Don't be that guy everyone talks about. Eat pasta the Italian way. That's how you level up. Now let's do it the Nana-approved way. Slow down. Pasta is an event, not a race. Put your phone away, engage with your company, savor the moment. When the plate arrives, appreciate the colors, the aroma, the artistry. Pick up your fork, just your fork. Isolate a few strands, anchor your fork on the plate's edge, and twirl. For advanced players, after twirling, dip your fork in the sauce at the bottom for extra flavor. That's how you get the perfect bite every time. When you're done, don't waste the sauce. Use bread to mop it up. That's the ultimate compliment to the chef. It means you loved every drop. This is how Italians finish a meal. It's about respect, enjoyment, and tradition. Every step is part of the experience. Savor it all. That's the Nana way. That's how you do pasta right. Buon appetito. So there you have it. The real reason behind the no-cutting rule. It's about history, culture, and respect. Following the rules unlocks a deeper, more delicious experience. Don't be intimidated. Everyone starts somewhere. Next time you get a plate of spaghetti, put the knife down and go for the twirl. Laugh off your first messy attempt. Practice makes perfect. Embracing the Italian way is about more than manners. It's about connecting with a culture. Savor the moment. Enjoy the journey of the noodle. Twirl with confidence. Mop up the sauce. Skip the spoon and hide the knife. Eating pasta the right way feeds your soul, not just your stomach. You're joining a tradition that's made people happy for centuries. That's your ticket to the heart of Flavortown. Now that's what I'm talking about. For more amazing food and drinks tips and recipes, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Tell us about your thoughts in the comments section. Check out our other videos for more culinary inspiration. We love you. Until next time, keep cooking, stay adventurous.